We are given a positive integer n and we need to return a matrix of n rows and n columns filled with the first n square integers in a spiral order. For example, if n equal to 3, then we have n square equal to 9, and therefore this is the matrix we need to return. Before continuing, you may watch this previous video for a better understanding. Let's say we are given n equal to 3. So first we will be creating an empty matrix of 3 rows and 3 columns. Also, we should have a counter for generating the first n square integers to be filled in the matrix. We will initially set the counter to 1. We will now traverse through the matrix starting from the first cell 0, 0. We will set the counter value to this particular cell and we will increment the counter. From this cell we will be moving in the right direction. For that we will be adding the direction indices 0 and 1 respectively to the cell indices. We will continue the traversal, and after reaching the cell 3 we cannot move forward because the next cell is out of the matrix. So we will take a right turn from this particular cell and therefore we will be moving downwards. For that we will be adding the direction indices 1 and 0 respectively to the cell indices. We will continue the traversal, and after reaching the cell 5 we cannot move forward because the next cell is out of the matrix. So we need to take a right turn from this cell and therefore we will start moving in the left direction. For that now we will be adding the direction indices 0 and -1 to the cell indices. We will continue the traversal, and after reaching the cell 7 we cannot move forward because the next cell is out of the matrix. So we need to take a right turn from this particular cell, and therefore we will be changing our direction upwards. Now we will be adding the direction indices -1 and 0 respectively to the cell indices. Now from cell 8 we cannot move forward because the next cell is already used and we need an empty cell to set the counter values. So again we will take a right turn from here. Now from cell 9 we cannot move forward because the next cell is already used. So we will take a right turn again from this cell. But even after taking a right turn we cannot find an empty cell here. That means we have completely used up the matrix cells, and therefore this is the final result. Now let's code the solution. First we will create an empty matrix of n rows and n columns. Initially all the cells will be containing the value none. Since we need to start the traversal from the first cell 0, 0, we will set I and j to 0 initially. Also we will be moving in the right direction initially. Therefore we will be setting the direction I and direction j to 0 and 1 respectively. For filling up the matrix with n square values, we will use a counter with the starting number 1. We will use an infinite while loop to traverse through the matrix. In the current cell, we will set the counter value. And then we will be updating the counter. We will store the next I index and j index in these variables. Now, to check whether the indices are inside the matrix and the cell is not yet used, we will write a separate function. If the cell indices are inside the matrix and not yet used, then we will update the I and j to the next indices. Else we will take a right turn and add the direction indices to the cell indices I and j. And if even after taking a right turn, if the cell indices are not inside the matrix and unused, then we have already completed filling the matrix and therefore we can terminate the program. Now let's try running the program. It's working. See you in the next video.